Hi, I'm Kristin Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? Welcome back, everybody, to Are You a Charlotte? Part 2. Thanks for joining us. Here we go. So they go out and then they go to Carrie's, right? Because we've just seen her serving the lemonade and the cookies. They go to Carrie's and they're going to have sex and his mom calls, which is just so embarrassing. But she really has a valid question. Did you give the dog his medicine?
It's entirely a valid question.
It's very valid. I was like, you should have told your mom that you gave the dog the medicine because that's really important.
And this is something that is a timely issue. We need to know before we go to bed.
Exactly. But it does put a little bit of a wrinkle in their making out session or whatever. Then they go back to his house. The parents are supposedly out of town, I guess. And they smoke pot. And I was trying to remember. Well, wait, before they smoke pot, they play Hot Child in the City. And the thing that's really funny is that Sarah Jessica loves 70s music, basically.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Hot Child in the City is 80s. I don't know. But something, right? Yeah. Previous. This is Sarah Jessica.
Yeah.
It's records, and like this era is Sarah Jessica. Like she plays this at work for all of us. And it really made me laugh because I think at this point in time, I don't think I realized how much this music resonated with her and how much she loved it. But now it's really, really obvious to all of us. In fact, I can't turn on the 70s station without just being flooded with memories of Sarah Jessica, which I love because we're the same era. I get it. I have all memories to those songs too, but now I have memories of her enjoying those songs. So when I watched her and the thrill on her face, over Hot Child in the City, it's really adorable. Then he gets out his weed, which is also, I don't really remember her smoking pot in the show before. I don't know. Am I crazy? I don't really remember it. I mean, I feel like pot was certainly around,
Yeah, but it wasn't.
You weren't really seeing your characters on TV smoking it.
No.
Especially not out of like a weird bong made out of like a bottle or whatever. What the heck? I mean, we are back to the whole high school of it all. But it's so charming.
Yeah.
It's so charming and very retro, like
but
fascinating.
It felt like, and this may have been like, owing to my age at the time, but it felt a lot more risque than today. Where
I agree totally.
It's legal in a lot of places. That wasn't really the case back then. Yeah.
It wasn't the case at all back then, though I do feel like it was prevalent. Like pot was
definitely.
Really prevalent.
Right.
Really, really prevalent. Just not legal.
Right.
Yes,
right.
definitely.
And not put on television as much unless you're doing a hippie movie about the 70s.
Right. Like the McConaughey movie that he's in.
Dazed and Confused.
Yes, like that. Obviously, that was the point of that movie.
Yeah.
But it was like a little walk on that side of the
totally
of the world. But it's pretty funny. So they get high and they're eating KFC, I guess. Yeah. And the parents come home. They see them down below, but they're high and they act like teenagers, and it's pretty funny. And Sarah was like super game. She really did
funny.
It. You know?
Yeah.
And he's very charming. This guy who apparently never acted after that. I don't know if I don't know. He just
his career in radio took off.
His career in radio took off, I guess. We don't know. We've got to find out. But they were very charming together, I thought. And it seemed like Sarah Jessica was really, really having a good time. So I really liked the moment. His mom comes in and basically he says, Carrie brought the pot, Mom. Because he tells Carrie really quickly, right, that they're going to ask him to leave because they previously have asked him to leave. And so he's like, Carrie brought it, and they push it on Carrie. And the voiceover says something like, like all women, I have to, what's the word? Like take responsibility or whatever. She says something like that. Take responsibility for myself. And she takes the blame, but she also takes the pot. I know, it's so funny. I don't remember anything. I was really watching it like with just total enjoyment, except for my part where I was like, what on earth?
I was so curious to know what your take on your storyline was, but you're saying you don't remember it.
So many questions. I have no memory whatsoever. No, I do have a memory. I'm sorry, I lied. I have no memory of being in the therapist office. I absolutely have a memory of when I catch him masturbating, but in my mind, and this is why you can't trust your own memory, right? But it's all we've got. I thought that comes much later. I didn't know that came like 2 episodes after we get married.
Right.
I would have said it was 4th season or something. I thought it was when things were like totally not working. Like, it's shocking to me the beautiful wedding and all the hope. And then things are just bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're not having sex.
I was thinking that I'm going, wait a second, this never came up before? Like this wasn't something you dealt with earlier?
Waited.
Right.
Because Charlotte's silly. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have sex with him.
Right.
She just messed around with him.
And that's why it's so immediately after the wedding, but that's so...
Well, it's right before the wedding. So Charlotte goes, she gets drunk the night before with the girls and goes over to his house and tries to seduce him. It doesn't go well. And then she's like, well, this happens. You know, she's trying to be, you know, whatever. And he's like, yeah, sometimes this happens to me. And she's like, oh, sometimes it happens. But they don't really like
She doesn't understand the scope of like
she
the
does
problem.
not.
Yeah.
And he definitely downplays.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Then at the wedding, Charlotte tells Carrie right before she walks down the aisle, Trey can't get it up.
Oh no. Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. That's the big. It's called Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
I have to do my own like full on rewatch because I didn't see.
That's okay.
I didn't see the earlier seasons for that reason, but then I would watch later seasons, but I never went back to the beginning.
Oh, it's
I'm due.
very interesting. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. It's really fun. I mean, I have not watched, everyone who listens has heard me say, I have not rewatched until now, right?
Until now, yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to turn the thing off. You know what I mean?
I didn't have any memory. I mean, I must have seen this episode more than twice, I imagine. But I didn't remember it. And probably because I was younger, I didn't remember it being so funny. Like I didn't, like maybe I just wasn't at the level of understanding the humor of it.
For sure.
Or just the like
Oh
moments
yeah,
that
I
are
laughed
silly.
out loud. Oh, I laughed out loud.
I
laughed out loud. I laughed out loud a lot. I didn't remember this episode as being good at all in my mind, which is just my own weird, whatever. I don't know. I'm very judgmental, obviously, of us, but it's fantastic. I mean, I haven't watched one episode where I haven't thought it was fantastic, but they're just different versions of it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're funnier, sometimes they're more serious.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different, and I love that about it.
When I think sometimes like your first memory of that episode, if you're like, for some reason, you're just like, that was a bad episode, or that was not one that I'm going to rewatch or is memorable. That's like what stays with you until you see it from a completely different angle.
For sure.
Like, it's not
I
that
think
bad.
when I watched it now, it's because I don't like anything that's happening in Charlotte's world. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Therefore, in my mind, that's a bad episode,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because Charlotte's world is awful. It's really bad. Okay.
So everything is bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. And I also think on a certain level, like, okay, so they're there, Trey and Charlotte are in this therapist's office. He seems like a very nice man. I do remember him. He was very nice as an actor. And he wants us to give our private parts names, which is funny and weird. What I see is like that we're trying to find some humor in the situation, right? Which of course we need to do because it's not really that funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we've got to find a way to be funny. So I see us really trying to do that. And I see Charlotte trying to be so hopeful. But then I see Trey, he's immediately not really very open to working on it, which of course is the problem. And that's what becomes the problem. Because in my mind, once we started getting closer to the Trey coming, I just remember all the glorious things, right? And then I think we put something on Instagram and there was some debate about Trey and people were like, I would have hung in there. And I was like, yeah, why didn't I? And they were like, oh, honey, believe us when we tell you should not have. And now I'm seeing like, no, they're right. They're right. Because he's not really, you need a partner who's going to get in there with you and work on it or work it out or discuss or something. He's very shut down in a way,
It's like you can't say I'm not trying if I go to the therapy with you, but once I'm in there, I'm not going to play ball. But in a way, I kind of, when I was watching that episode, I was thinking, I was like, oh, the character of Trey, like he is at least taking a few steps where you could have had that character just be a complete brick wall. Right. And trying a little bit, but only within his comfort zone that he can control. Right. And that kind of being sort of maybe stereotypical of a certain kind of man who grew up in a certain place, time, and whatever. And try to be like, no, I need to control the situation, even though the situation is out of my control.
Right. I mean, and the thing that's interesting about him, I think, is that he doesn't seem controlling so much as he seems passive, right? Right. He's like weirdly passive. He's shut down and passive. And in some ways that's almost worse because it's hard to be mad at. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Or you're just saying try. Right.
Right. And I mean, he's kind of trying.
That's the thing. He's kind of trying instead of saying, I will not try.
Definitely. But then obviously I didn't remember that this is the episode where I walk in on him in the nighttime. I think he's crying, which really made me laugh because he's making just kind of like weird noises.
Yeah.
And the voiceover. Wait, or do I say out loud like I didn't know I didn't want to make him cry or whatever? Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, so Charlotte. And then I opened the door, and I do remember this because this was one of those times where they say like we're going to film in slow-mo. Whenever they say they're going to film in slow-mo, like I just feel like my breath stops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like the pressure of slow-mo, oh my God, it's so intense. Because any tiny thing you do is stretched.
That's the thing, because you're mentally trying to accommodate for slow-mo. But you're like, do I do it at the same speed, or am I trying to do something at like 3/4 speed, or like what? Because they're already doing the slow-mo. It worked.
Did it?
I think
know.
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know. I'm always so critical of myself.
I was laughing out loud seeing your face with like going to the magazine and then just the horror.
Well, listen, they were doing some stuff off camera. Yes.
Oh my God.
They were being very bad off camera, the crew and Kyle. I think was that
Kyle. Helpful?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
It was maybe a little too far.
Okay.
Because I was mad. It made me mad. And I don't know that Charlotte was supposed to be mad. I think Charlotte was supposed to be like shocked. But then shock is a weird thing to play. You know what I'm saying? How do you play shock? I don't know. That's a hard one. And I remember being anxious about it. But also they had gotten a bunch of stuff, paraphernalia to make the whole situation worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're in there, the guys on the crew, they're a bunch of young guys. I'm not going to name them. I'm going to spare them that. And Kyle, I mean, it's an uncomfortable thing, you know, like poor Kyle.
I was going to say, I'm like, I would still rather be you in this situation.
Oh, definitely. Oh my God, definitely. I mean, and Kyle is very game, obviously. He's not going to be like a prude or anything, but I mean, he's been in many things previous to this, but it was pretty. I was like, I don't remember seeing his rear end like this. Like there were so many things I didn't remember, but I do remember that they were up to no good in that room, let me tell you. So that when I did open the door, because obviously when they're shooting my side, he doesn't have to be doing the exact thing that you see him do on camera. And there were other things involved, and I was pissed, like mad, really mad at the crew guys. Really mad.
I felt like it so worked though, because I thought that was Charlotte's reaction. Like I thought that was intentional on your part, because it was this like frustration where you felt like you were dealing with a thing or battling a thing, but you didn't have all the information, and he was hiding this from you, and you being like, "Hey, point. Thank you." It made sense to me that you were like,
"That is absolutely right." I'm so glad. That is absolutely right, because that's true. But the thing that I think is also interesting, because also I didn't really remember all of the things around it. Like I didn't remember going to therapy. I just remember the jerking off, and I remember the jugs, but I also didn't remember how it ends, which is that Charlotte goes and puts her picture on the magazine.
And that's so brave of her, I thought. So brave.
Shocking. And then she's in bed and she hears him masturbating and she's pleased.
Pleased, very pleased. Yeah.
I mean, wow. Like, Charlotte, gosh, I don't remember any of this. And I am just like, she's very forgiving and sweet. And he really should have tried harder to make that work out, man. That's what I think, because that's rare. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't give up when he saw your picture, though.
No, he didn't give up. He smiles. Thank God. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God. But like, I'm so curious now what's going to happen next week or whatever, the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember. I don't know what happens.
No.
What happens? I don't know. Kyle and I kind of touched on it. I had him on recently. It was really fun. And we only vaguely remember things like that we try, and then this happens, then that happens. And there is a phase where we do have sex. So I'm like hoping that it's soon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for their sake.
Right? For their sake. And for Charlotte's sake, because she just tries so hard. God love her.
And that's the thing. I mean, I know you're saying you don't remember like the therapy sessions, but I don't remember your character being so like, I don't know, somewhat assertive in those therapy sessions where they're like, give it a name. She goes, I like the name Rebecca. Like, it was like, you're like, I'm totally here for the college effort. 100%. Like, I'm going to give it a try. Like,
but that's what I mean about him being passive, right? Because I think when you really step back and look at Charlotte, she's very motivated for what she wants, always, right? Like soon we're going to be trying to have a baby. She's very motivated. Like she's going to get what she wants.
Right.
You might not see it coming, right? That she's going to be like that, but that is how she is.
You mistakenly presume that sometimes she might be more passive in certain situations.
Right.
Where she's not.
No, she's not. She's not. And that's why she's friends. Because sometimes people are like, why would she be friends with those? I'm like, well, because they're all powerful in their own way.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So the one thing that I want to mention that I had 100% forgotten and really made me laugh so hard is when we got to the therapist says you need to go home and your homework is to share a sexual fantasy. And
Charlotte's fantasy.
She's the fairy princess and the unicorn.
Don't forget the unicorn.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. And Kyle, the way Kyle is looking at me is the cutest thing I might have ever seen in my life. And the way the writers know me is so adorable because this would totally be true. And also really, really makes me laugh hard. Like this is the kind of thing that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
isn't he a pirate?
Good. Yes, he's a pirate.
He's a pirate.
He's going to take me off the unicorn. Yeah. Like, oh my God. But it's like those moments where you're just so thankful that you got the job you did with the writers that you have with you.
Yeah.
Because it is priceless.
Yeah.
It is priceless. I think I should take that little edit out and put it with my I've been dating since I was 15. Where is he? Moment. My hair hurts. Those two moments might be my favorite ever. I mean, they're up there in my own work. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I love it so much.
They speak to me on a different level.
They really do. They really, really do. They really do. And just the writing for my strengths and or me being able to do it or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? It's priceless. It's just I'm just a very lucky actor.
See, because I look at that like describing that fantasy while looking into the eyes of another actor. I'm going, I don't know if I could do that.
Really?
I don't know if I could make it. I don't know if I'd make it to the end. Like
really?
I just don't know.
Really? I was so excited. Could you tell on my face how excited I was to do it? I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I fucking love that so much.
I think I'd break. Like I just don't.
Oh my God, no. Because you have to commit fully to make it funny. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You have to commit fully. That's Charlotte's thing. She commits 110%, 150%.
So
do
earnest.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. And just Kyle's looking at me with just this such sweetness. Do you know what I mean? And he doesn't even look like he might laugh at all.
No.
Like it's just so sweet how he's looking at me. It's really adorable. So that might have been my favorite part of my storyline. The jugs would be on my least favorite part. And then the fairy princess on the unicorn is definitely my favorite part. I love it.
It's the unicorn though. It's the unicorn part.
It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, okay, let's talk about Samantha now. This is your storyline. So I love when we get to see Samantha being her publicist self.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have had more episodes with this. I don't know if it's because obviously I live in a world with publicists, but I just really enjoy it, you know? And I could see that she would be a very good one.
Yeah.
You know?
But I also feel like you get a little bit of differential with her personality, like her with men or her with the girls versus her in that space of being a publicist and being that kind of, there's something different about it.
Which I love. That's what I love to see. I love to see that other side of herself. And I think Kat is so funny because she's just very like, I'm in charge. I'm 13, but I'm in charge and I'm powerful.
Yeah.
And all of you guys are very powerful too. You know, that's what's so adorable about it. I don't know if you felt powerful.
No. I mean, my top falling off and I'm just like, they're letting me stay here for a few days. No, but I think Kat, she just managed to do that so well, which, you know, that being 13 or 14 or whatever of like, how do you navigate adults that you're going, I'm going to make you do what I say. And I'm going to guide you on the way to get around to do what I say. And that being particularly Samantha. Who's,
totally.
You know?
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
But she does it so well because she does it with such ease.
Yeah.
You know, she just knows that she's going to get what she wants.
Right.
She's not in any way struggling or trying too hard to get what she wants. She knows she's going to get it, which I love so much. She's very, very good. Obviously, Kat is really incredible with whatever she's doing. But so we see Jenny and we see that she wants, Samantha to do her PR, and Samantha's not sure. And then she tells her, the money or whatever. And Samantha's like, oh, okay. And then we're at the restaurant, and you guys send Dom Perignon over, which is really funny. And then you come over, and the girls are just like so blown away by you guys. I'm not there for whatever reason. And they're just like so impressed, and they say that you're all like, you're 30. And Sarah Jessica's like, Carrie's like, oh, they're 13? Everybody's just floored, which I think is also just very, very, and I forgot that Kat's character, Jenny, says Carrie knows who Carrie is, and says, oh, I didn't know you knew Carrie Bradshaw, and then she's fucking fabulous. I think it's all just so accurate because obviously I live with a 14-year-old, so just the fact that they know everything, it's very real. It's very real.
But I also, I don't know if this is sort of in my head or not, but I kind of wonder, we're portraying these girls who are talking to these women of this age with this sort of like complete confidence and agency and all this stuff, and being very rude and condescending and all that stuff. But that was not reality for anyone I knew, even like Kat or me. We would never speak to women in their 30s that way, like ever. Like you would show respect. You would not do that. And
that's not true anymore.
But that's where it's sort of like, that's the thing, very prophetic. Like ahead of time. Or, you're playing these girls that would and feel entitled to behave that way towards people who are older than them. Right. Like that being, I don't know, that sort of, like at the time you're going, right, it's pretend. We're not actually like doing
really?
Yeah.
Is that how you felt? That's kind interesting.
Yeah.
I think I probably would have also felt that way, obviously, because, for sure I was brought up with manners and whatnot. But you were playing a very specific group of people. Yeah. I mean, we would sometimes be shooting on the Upper East Side, and little 8-year-olds would come up to us, and they would be not decked out in the way that you guys at 13 were, but like on the way to that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they would just be getting out of school or something. They'd see us filming. They'd be like, oh, we watched the show last week. And we'd be like, what? And then we would look around like, is their mother here? Does anyone hear them? And we would just be like, are you sure you should be watching that?
Right.
We were concerned for them, but they were very sure of themselves and very much like they were our peers. They would talk to us like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they were polite. I don't mean to say that they weren't, but like it was a thing that we would encounter.
They were not intimidated to like speak their mind.
They were not. No, they were not. And they were like, we know you, like that. And I mean, I have to say, and sometimes I think this is great because obviously the world is a really complicated place, but my daughter, who obviously is my daughter, so it's different, but like she has friends. There's different personalities in the friend group or whatever, but she has one friend who literally talks to me like we are the same age. Do you know what I'm saying? And I try to keep it going, right? Because sometimes it goes too far. Oh, no. Like one time she wanted to argue with me about whether tank tops should be tight. It was so funny because they're so young, right? Anyway, don't get me started. But sometimes I do have to remind her.
I was like, how long was this argument? Did you have bullet points of your debate?
Okay. We were in the car. I had taken them to Universal Halloween Horror Nights, which I still need praise for because it was very terrifying. Very terrifying. I mean, I've never been. I don't think I'll ever go again. But I had to do it.
I went once in my 20s, never, ever, ever again.
I had to be the chaperone, because there are like adults there that are drinking, right? So I went. And it was in the car on the way home at like 1 a.m, right? Oh. So like my patience had somewhat run out. Done. And I was like, listen, I'm really old and I understand clothes. So don't argue with me about this, little girl. You know what I mean? But I also love the pluck and the spunk and they're out there figuring things out and they're going to tell you what they think.
And clothes matter so much, I think, for certain girls at certain ages where it's totally their expression and it's how they communicate.
It's so true. Yeah. It's hard. It's so hard as the mom.
But I remember having friends being younger and having very different feelings towards different clothes because of what
they associate with it. Yeah. Totally. Oh, let's talk about Miranda for a second. Oh. I literally no memory of this entire storyline. I think it's hysterical. I also now know there's like a theme where they get stuff stuck in her teeth because it happens again later.
Does it?
Yes. Oh. And she's so game with it. One time, and I think we also write it in, I can't remember. It's later, like coming. It could be in a movie, but I think it's not. But she's eating salad. They always wanted us to eat a lot.
Salad always betrays you.
Exactly. But that's why they loved it, right? Because they want it to be as real as possible. And at one point, there's a point where they were like, put more on your teeth. I remember this. But we're at a coffee shop scene, right? And I think we tell her, like, but she doesn't have the braces. Like they just torture her sometimes. But of course she doesn't care.
But it's so relatable for some people.
So relatable. And she doesn't care at all.
No.
She has no vanity, Cynthia Nixon. No vanity whatsoever. But when she goes, okay, so anyway, I didn't remember all this. The whole backstory, the fact that she comes in like, I have clicking jaw and my TMJ. I don't remember any of this. It's fascinating. It's super fascinating. And like, way to jump into a storyline.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's very, very interesting. And so she's like, this is what I have to do. I have to get some braces because she's a tongue thruster. Like, what does this even mean? Oh my God. I know. I don't remember a single bit of it. So then she gets the braces. They're pretty dainty compared to the braces I had 18 million years ago, which I had like the whole silver,
Yeah, but I feel like everybody had retainers for that, like the pop-in.
I did eventually have that later.
Did. Yeah.
But not.
But I think the fake ones they had to use would have maybe been less.
Right. No, hers look more, I think hers are a different, I think we were in between types because obviously I had mine when I was 10 years old, okay? Right. Long time ago. And now my daughter has them now. And now they have 3D printed braces, which is very interesting. So they're printed.
But that's definitely like got to be a pop-in,
pop-out. No popping. It is glued on there. The 3D brace brackets are glued on there to actually move the teeth. Yeah, the popping in, popping out is not going to move your teeth. You mean like the Invisalign? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
She could have gotten the Invisalign, but like I just didn't think that the teen was going to be brushing her teeth.
I can go on a whole thing about Invisalign because I didn't do it, but a friend did it. And how it's
very high
that's a different kind of commitment.
It is.
You're taking it with you to the restaurant because you might eat something later
and
then you want to rebrush it.
Exactly.
And then you're like at certain hours. And
that's why I did not get it for my young lady.
No.
But I got her the 3D, and that's kind of what Miranda's look like. They're dainty. They're not like so silver.
Super blocky and big.
Yeah. But they're still pretty prevalent.
My generation was right when they started pushing the clear braces as a good idea. You'd see a lot more people with the clear braces. And that just being like the new thing or the new thing that was... Yeah. Enough people started doing it.
For sure. So she's got what I consider to be slightly dainty braces, but she feels like they're horrible and like she's the oldest person ever in the world to have braces. And my favorite, I mean, there's so many funny scenes here. Obviously, when she goes on the date with the guy that she meets in the cafeteria style restaurant with the rest of us, though I guess was I there or was I not there? I don't think I'm there. Wait, no, I am there with my wavy hair. I am there. I'm in one group scene and then I'm not in one group scene because I think I'm at therapy or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like now that I'm married, unfortunately, Charlotte does not get to partake in everything.
She's not going to every
kind of sad. Like when they go to LA, Charlotte does not go and has to join them later. I do come. Right? I do come, yeah, but I was really bummed out. I remember just because I already lived here, right? So I was like, wait, they're all going to go to LA without Charlotte. This is terrible. But then I joined them.
Like, guys, I live here. I'll show up.
Yeah,
I'll just come by.
They knew. Believe me, they knew. But yeah, I was just like, why are they being so mean to me? But I do come join. So she goes on the date that they have previously met at the cafeteria style restaurant, who's quite adorable. And then she has just like so much food stuck in her braces. And luckily he tells her. I think that's really important. I think that if you're with someone and someone else, gets food stuck, that you should tell them. Like sometimes I get really mad at my kids that they haven't told me. I'll get home and I'll look at my teeth and I'll be like, you guys, why did you not tell me? And they were like, we didn't see.
Yeah, I get the thing where I'm like, would you want them to tell you? Would you not want to tell? Like, obviously they've seen it, but then once they tell you and you fix it, you're like, they were just staring at me with food in my teeth.
Right, but wouldn't you rather get it fixed than just go about your business?
I don't know because I can't get it out of my head after that. Oh, like, no. I don't know. It's a very weird thing.
Interesting. I would want to know.
I get that feeling of like if someone accidentally like walks in the bathroom.
Yes.
You know that feeling where you're like, you shouldn't feel shame. It's like they didn't knock, they opened the door, there was no lock on the door.
Right.
You should not feel a certain way about it. You're
true.
Like, it's an accident.
Yes.
But you can't shake that feeling. It's the same food in your teeth feeling for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would not put them on the same level.
You wouldn't? No.
No.
We're just like, oh, I've been caught.
No, I just want to know. I just want to know. I don't want to just go through my day or go through the birthday party or whatever it is with the food in the mouth. No, I don't.
It's never a good. It's never.
No, it's not good. I want someone to tell me quickly. quickly when they first see it.
When you first see it.
Yes, that's what I think you should do. Anyway, she's at this date and he tells her, which I think is really sweet, but it does seem like she doesn't really recover, which is kind of, I think, what you're saying. And that does make her decide to get the braces off. But before she gets the braces off, I love the scene where she's at the law firm. And I feel she's so great. Miranda as a character is so great because she just says stuff, that the rest of us might think, but we don't say. She's with just 10 guys, and she's presenting the brief, I guess, to the group. And there are guys at the other end of the table laughing, kind of snickering, laughing. And she thinks it's about her braces. And so she's trying to push on, but she can't. And then she goes, okay, all right, down there at the other end of the table, let's just take a minute and get it out of your system that you're laughing at my braces. And they go, Hobbs, we were just laughing at the typo on page 3. So good.
It's so good. But it's also like what you're saying where she says the thing that she's so good about being, just say it bluntly. But I feel like she says the thing that everybody goes, I should have said this. When they get home from work, they're like, what I would have liked to have said was this, but she says it at the moment.
She does. Yeah. She's amazing.
And that's so cool. Yeah.
Yes. This is good. This is very funny and very accurate to now still too. So when Carrie's writing, she says, we're Jenny Breyer, that's Kat Denning's character. Were Jenny Breyer and her friends dressed like 30-something-year-old women, or were we just trying to look like teenagers? One of us was sending Dom Perignon, while another was touring around New York on a scooter. When you're a teenager, all you want to do is buy beer. But once you hit 30, all you want to do is get carded. I wondered, in today's youth-obsessed culture, are the women of my generation growing into mature, responsible adults, or are we 34 going on 13? I mean, how accurate.
It's very accurate.
Still to today, because it is still an incredibly youth-obsessed culture, probably even more so, I think.
But I feel like you having a daughter who's 14, you would see kind of exactly what today is in that way. Whereas I look back at that time and there was a real, it depends on, what sort of childhood you're coming from, but there was a broader, real push that it was acceptable to dress like we were dressing and to do all this stuff, while also knowing that gets attention and it, in maybe ways you're not grown enough to be receiving and understanding and all that stuff.
Well, let's not leave out the year 2000 would be heyday of Britney Spears.
Exactly. I was thinking that before coming in here.
We really can't leave this out.
It really
was.
It was such a specific time of that being so normal and acceptable and that's just what you did. Whereas it's been thought through a lot more, I think, in the last 20 years.
Yes and no. I mean, I feel yes, in some ways, yes. We saw kind of the damage. Mm-hmm. And now I think there's a lot more awareness, the way that we talked about women's bodies, the things that people were put through back then culturally, horrible, right? But at the same time, I love Sabrina Carpenter so much. And she's luckily older than Britney was, but her music is so sexualized and how she dresses. I mean, have you seen? I've seen.
Oh,
pictures, got it. I'm up on all the stuff.
You're up on all the
Sabrina, I love her, and she's very empowered. It's not like she's a victim in any way.
Right? No.
Which is very powerful. She's a tiny, tiny little 5-foot thing, and she's just a little powerhouse. But it's so sexualized. My son loves her. He does not know what she's saying in her songs. Thank God he's 7. Okay. So I'm no one explained this to him. No one explained to him what she's talking about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're good bops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you listen to the words, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Right. But so I feel the music industry in particular is still really just a hotbed of strangeness in terms of the people who are successful seem to be pushed to the women, I should say, who are successful seem to be pushed somehow. I don't know if they're pushed or they choose it into this very sexualized presentation and performance style.
And the other thing being, I don't actually know what the truth of any of it is, except my perception of it, which was the Britney Spears, the Christina Aguilera, all that time and stuff that came out. My perception of it was they were heavily encouraged, if not pushed, to. I
feel the same way. I don't know the truth either,
I don't know the truth,
I feel the same way.
I look at a lot of the pop, I guess we call pop stars now, and it feels like they have more agency. It feels
I feel like it too, and they're not as young. So I think there's that, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a win no matter what, right? Because that at that age is so terrifying, right? Like terrifying. But I also feel like as a parent, you have to make this huge effort to keep your children as young as possible for as long as possible, which is super hard in the world that we live in, right? Yeah. It's just really, really hard. And then you also have to let them be themselves, and then you have to let them develop, in the way that they're developing. But it's rough. But and there are, I think social media in some ways also has a lot of negatives, but then sometimes it can have positives. Like there's so many women talking about what we all went through in the 90s, right?
Right.
Like talking about how rough it was, like with the low cut, and the magazines were all critical of everybody's body at every moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was on a different talk show and I walked out. I had never been on this talk show. It was a later night one, right? Like not as big a hit. And I walk out, they play the entry music, which is why I hate to hear the title credits. I have so much anxiety about our music because I had so many weird experiences to it. I walk out, people are cheering. They're really nice. I get there and he goes, "So you guys are the new Golden Girls." And I mean, I was probably 33 or 34 when he said this to me, right? And I was like, "What? Can I just leave now?
Yeah.
Like, can I just turn around
Julie,
and walk back out?"
I feel like what you're saying is not like a group of women that other women want to watch. I feel like that's not what you're saying.
Like you're insulting me.
Yeah.
And then on the same episode, I'm just remembering this. He asked me if size matters. And I was like, dude, why?
Oh.
Why? Are you just going to torture us now? Like, are we just going to be tortured? And like, there was no preemptive, like no one told me.
No, there's no,
like
that you're walking into that.
Or told me or said like, "Oh yeah, he's going to want to ask you a bunch of weird things." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
he's going to try to be one of the girls at lunch. And
no, he was going to try to be like a provocateur, provocateur. Welcome to my mind, everyone. Talking quicker
it makes
than
sense.
my mind is
we
working.
follow.
Right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wait, did I? A very important question,
Okay.
Peyton.
I'm nervous now.
Are you a Charlotte?
I want to ask you what that means. Because what? So
it means whatever you think it means.
Because I was wondering if people think of it in different ways. Like, is it more personality or how you react to things? Is it more like world she comes from, or like is it job? Is it
anything?
There's all those different things.
I mean, I think that this is the joy of playing a character for so long, right? People have their own idea of what or who she is.
Yeah.
And it may be my idea, but it might not be. Like, I'm not going to make you think of her a certain way.
How strange is it to feel like you're like, yeah, but I was her, but someone else interprets it totally differently, even though I lived in it.
I'm so used to it. I'm so used to it. I mean, I do think as an actor, you want that, right? Like you're trying to play a character that's going to connect to people, and it's going to connect to people based on their own lived experience, right? Yeah. So you don't know what that's going to be. I think the odd thing is that we've been playing them so long that you have now 30 years of experience of people talking to you about her, right? So that is interesting and unusual, but it's great.
Yeah.
Because people say so many different things and they'll remember
as to what it means for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing I would say would be, do you believe in love?
I do.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you super loyal?
I think so. I hope my friends would say that.
Then I'm sure you are. Are you a good cheerleader?
I try to be.
Yeah. Okay. What else? You guys, do you like white flowers?
I do. I like, my favorite is like white and green together.
Nice. Me too.
Yeah.
Love white and green. Love white and green so much. Are you?
I know nothing about art.
That's where I'm not. People, that would be like down the list.
Okay,
do you know
great.
what I'm saying?
Great,
yeah, it's not something that people harp on. I love that about her, that she loves art, right? I love that about her, but it's certainly not top of the mind. I think there is a traditional quality to Charlotte that I don't personally share. But
that's where I might kind of differentiate. However, I was exposed to a lot of girls with that kind of upbringing, so I can understand it.
Sure.
But it's not, I don't feel it perfectly.
But I mean, the other thing is you can be anyone you want to be, or you can be different parts of different people or whatever. You know what I mean? Like people think of Miranda as being, super smart, powerful, ambitious, calls it like it is, like cut to the chase, possibly cynical.
I don't know why I kind of walked away from like where I left off or something and watching where whatever Miranda's character had gone through up at that point, I was like, she is like quietly very, very compassionate and empathetic, and like,
oh, definitely,
getting
That's
these
nice.
like things that you're going, oh, it kind of goes against what the presumption of the successful female lawyer, at that time.
That's great.
Must have like not been or
That's
whatever.
so great.
But I remember being like,
yeah,
God, would I be able to be that understanding and like how she handles like her long-term relationships and all that stuff
she's pretty understanding.
Yeah.
Though in later years,
maybe not. Maybe I'm not caught up.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard for me to be objective sometimes about the other ones. And then Carrie, you would say, I would think like she's creative. She's a writer. She's always thinking. She's wondering about everything, obviously.
Strangely, I think I'm the least. I remember because that question came up a lot. Like before the show even ended, I remember when people were watching it, like, which one are you?
Yes.
And every girl would try to, figure out which one she was, and always kind of being in this like, I'm not like that, but I'm a little bit like that and whatever.
That's
but the
fine.
Carrie thing, everybody was like, I think I'm a Carrie. I'm like, you're not a Carrie. You're not, you know what I mean? Like,
I do, yeah.
But I always looked at like the Carrie thing. She's like, she's the person we're going on the journey with in the essence that she's narrating.
Absolutely.
Although everybody over the course of the years probably says, well, no, I'm a Charlotte and I'm a
you
Miranda.
have different feelings at different times.
Totally.
Too. Yeah.
But feeling like I was maybe the least like Samantha, but like just how her sort of like her creativity or exploration is outward.
Yes.
And that being part of what's so enjoyable to watch.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
So you're a mix. You're a mix.
I'm a
That's
Charlotte
cool.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Sprinkle of some other things.
Love it. Peyton, Liz, so much fun.
It's just so nice to be here.
So nice to have you. And you just a beautiful woman, grown up so wonderfully. Congratulations.
13 years old was a while ago.
I mean, it really is.
But it's been so cool to look back.
But it's amazing that you could have been in that world of being a model actor at 13 and grown up like a normal person.
Well, normal is relative.
Of course, but you're here with me.
But
you're very grounded. You're
Yeah.
very thoughtful. I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I do think there is that weird preconception that everyone who was doing those kinds of, performance type things at that age was damaged in some way by it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's sad.
It's sad. In some cases it's true and it did.
Yes,
but then in other cases it's actually like, I look at a lot of the people that were in the professional world that time when people bring up, oh, you need the people you knew when you were young because they'll understand all that stuff. But I look at those kids that were professional kids who are going, did we really do that? Like, was that,
yeah,
was
yeah,
that
yeah,
real?
Yeah.
But some of them made it. Some of them made it out okay.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad because I don't think it was easy, but I think it has a lot to do also, like you said, your mom was with you all the time. I think that's obviously so super important.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
here.
Thanks
so much.
Thanks, everybody.